Hey guys, this will be the installation video for the Anima Motorsports 992 Garmin mount and phone mount. So today we're in a 2025 Carrera T. So this will be part number 5012R. So you'll need several tools. You'll need a 90-degree tight ratcheting T25 Torx. And then I like to use two different types of trim tools. So one flat and one angled. I'll show the differences later. To install the mount, first you open the glove box. There will be two T25 Torx under on both corners right here. So I'm going to remove those. So there'll be two there. And then we're going to pop open this cup holder. And you're going to have to pop this corner piece out. And just with some pressure, this will pop right out. I'll leave this right here for now. And then we're going to pop the side trim out. For this side trim, I like to use a wide flat. And then pry in here, and then just pry out, and this will pop right open. So you'll see there's two main ones and then three smaller clips, or five smaller clips that are clipped in. And I'll set this here. And there'll be one more T25 on the side. I pre-loosened it up. So this comes right out on the side. And then this will be the hardest part, is taking this whole trim piece out. I like to tape this section off, and especially this part right here, so I'll be able to use my fingers and not dig into the plastic and damage anything. So I'm gonna, one hand on this side, pull straight out. It'll pop out a little bit, and then this all taped off, I could have pried a little bit. And then as it comes out, it's gonna tilt upwards and come out. And I like to kind of go slowly across, and then it comes out like this. So sometimes these white rubber pieces will pop out. You want to make sure that you kind of put these back in place. But you'll see when this comes out, it'll come up a little bit, and you have to tilt it up and slide it at an angle because of these white pieces. So sometimes these white pieces will pop out, so make sure you put these back in. And then this spring piece occasionally pops out as well. It's not held in, so you just have to line this back up in the hole. And then now it's popped back in, ready to be installed. So for our phone mount, it's going to be using these two bolts. I previously loosened them up already. So I take off the screen just in case, not to scratch anything. So these two will come out. So this one is pretty tight against the screen, but if it's lined up straight, it'll come right out. So these two will come out. And then our phone mount. So our phone mount will slide right under, and then reuse those two bolts. It should line up right here, and then we have a little foam piece to kind of protect the dash, and it'll be sitting just to the right of all these buttons right here. So it'll sit right there, and then we can put in the bolts. Just like that. So these two are back tight, and then this will be nice and solid. So to install this trim piece back on, you're gonna want to make sure you line up all the white trim pieces along these gaps where it's supposed to lay. One other thing to note is, for this corner right here, this trim piece extends out to the left. So when you install it, you want to make sure that this doesn't hit your AC vent. So you're going to have to pry this out a little bit to the side. And I like to tape this off just to protect the dash from getting any scratches. So to install it, I'm going to start from the left side and then kind of roll to the right and make sure this area doesn't scratch the AC vent. It goes right in. So it'll be slightly slanted, and if you look from this angle, you'll be able to see the white pieces line up where it's supposed to be. And to install it, you're gonna want to line it up, and then you're gonna push down where this is parallel to the ground, and then it'll pop right in. So I kind of like to start from the left and then move my way across from the right, and like that. It's all popped back in. You want to make sure this gap is nice and tight. Right here's all nice and tight. And you want to double check that this whole thing is flat and level before you reinstall the screws. If you ever need to, you can always pop this back out and readjust. But just make sure this is all flat and everything sits nice and tight. And then this, from here, we just install the screw on the side back, and and the 2 here. So 1 here, and 1 on the box. This one. And then from here, we could pop this little triangle back in. You close the cup holder, close the glove box, and then you can pop this trim piece right back this way. Just line everything up. Also, actually, sometimes it might be easier with the glove box open. So make sure everything clips in tight. And there you go. And then you pull off all your tape. And so I'll use our included tool. This pops right on, and then you could tighten this side bolt down. From here, you could adjust this however you'd like, and then it's all MagSafe compatible. Make sure it's the right position.